Hi. It is still Monday, but it's time to barbecue. Well, it's like dinner time. Um, I got a very interesting question. I hope everyone's well. Sorry about that. Hope you've all had a good afternoon, family, friends, the park, whatever you've done. I hope it's been lovely and wonderful and pays homage to our military, both those who have given their lives, the ultimate sacrifice. Some of those who have given their lives, or the ultimate sacrifice as I call it, occurred after they got home, a la Beau Biden, because they got so sick from being near burn pits and whatnot. My heart goes out to all the families of all the veterans who had more courage than so many to go to war because they believed it was right to support their country, to take care of their people. Now, if during Vietnam, which I protested heavily as a kid, if during Vietnam I would have had a son, I was too young. I was like 11. I would have sent my son to med school, in which case he would have had a deferment, dental school, something like that, or Canada. And I'm not being an idiot. I'm saying that war was not winnable. This is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, and it's just about what I have to say based on the energies that I feel from my cards. So the question that I got initially from somebody, and don't ask me who it was, but you know who you are, was about Jerry Inzarillo. And I did some research on Jerry Inzarillo, and he is how do I put this? A man who builds not properties, but entertainment type venues like casinos and hotels and all that, and is currently working with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And also, his group is called Dinya, D-I-N, pardon me, D-I-R-I-Y-A-H, Diria. And he is in the process of transforming mega projects into mega systems. He was one of the speakers in Florida. Where else? At the FANA Forum on day 2, February 21, 2025. And that was about 3 months ago. Let's see what some of the comments say. The Saudis love Jerry. Rich heritage, lavish tourism. What was Donald Trump? whatever. What was Felon45 doing with him recently and MBS, whereby something was said, 45 looked blindsided, while MBS looked amused. Maybe 45 thought he was going to get the opportunity to build his project. He doesn't build anything of any quality. Let me be clear on that. He cuts corners wherever necessary. He decides not to pay contractors because he doesn't like something, even though he doesn't go ahead and change it. He is as cheap can be. And he makes me want to hurl every day. But I don't. Because once I swallow food, I typically don't want to give it back. Lightseer's deck. And let's see what we come up with about Jerry and 45 and Mohammed bin Salman. Now, Jerry has real money. Mohammed bin Salman has real money. This just makes me sick. I'd much rather read on I'd rather do personal readings than read on this crap. I want this so over so bad. Of course, I would find other political things to read on because I am kind of like a political animal, and I always have been. So I'm just saying. I'm just ragging. So we're going to do a 5-card spread on Jerry Inzarillo, 45, and apparently, hold on, damaging pictures to be released of 45. From Pootie. Come on. Don't be afraid, Pootie. What are you, chicken? Pootie, you're afraid to release pictures of your bestest useful idiot? You think there's anything he's going to do to you? For real? Pootie, you're a wuss. And if you're watching this, I just got to say, you are a wuss. Let's look at the center of the deck here. The Wheel of Fortune. Maybe he's not such a wuss. Maybe it's time he show us the karma called real pictures of Felon45 with the youth of tomorrow. And this is the King of Swords. And I'm going to look at this and say, this is either Chief Justice or an Attorney General. Gender is irrelevant. But this sword is a legal issue, and the king is the king, right? Let me see if I can try it. This is so hard for me to try to shuffle them all at once. I see other people doing it this way. I'm just not as coordinated, I guess. Okay. All right. 5 cards. Pootie's a wimp. Pootie's a wimp. I dare you to release him. And I'll put a couple cards over here. And before I do anything, I want to look something up. Sorry about the delay, you guys. I just want to know something. Okay. Okay. This is the Knight of Cups. Kind of like a romantic card, actually. You know, with the flowers and all of that. The horse in the background. See the horse? I actually like animals more than people in general. And he's got like a blanket spread out here. So he's going to have, oh, he's got a card and some wine and a candle. So this is the Knight of Cups. And this is a younger person. Knights are usually protectors of the realm. For me, anyway. But he's waiting for someone special. Ace of Cups. You see how the cup is lit and illuminated, and she's holding on to it right by her heart. This is a card of, I gotta look this up. Just the way they look at, the way they show it. New connections, new romantic relationships, friendships, seeds of love and hope, newfound emotion, awakening of the heart, oneness, bliss, and creativity. Okay. There's your ace. They kind of go together. But they're not resonating with me in this particular reading, except that this young man, let's just say 20-ish or something, is waiting for someone special. The Seven of Wands. A woman stepping into her power. A lot of movement and action around her. You see all the wands almost rising up from the bottom to lift her up. And she is in prayer. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Big time. Perhaps this is because he knows he's been photographed. Eight of Cups. Kind of walking away from the emotional energy. Cups are about emotion. Here's all this water. There's a cup. And she is most certainly walking away. Because you can see her footprints walking away from the cup. Let's see what these two have to say. Ten of Wands, a completion card, completely moving away. Endings and a new start for her. Taking all her worldly possessions. You can see the wands lighting up the path. Movement down that long road. And then the Tower. Okay, the Tower. I'm going to have to throw some thirsty cards as clarifiers. I feel that the Lightseer deck, at least for me, and I love the cards, they're beautiful, but I do not often get a throw, my impression, that matches my questions, even though you would think it would, right? No, I mean, this does, but I'm not really asking about love. So I'm going to have to be more judicious when I pull these cards out, depending what I'm reading about. I'm just not vibing with them right now, or they not me. Let me ask Spirit. One second. Spirit, are these cards that I've pulled answering my question about Jerry Inzarillo and 45 and pictures that exist as MBS looks amused? Do these really answer that question? No. See, Spirit agrees with me. Time to put this one back. I'm just not, I mean, maybe I'm not, what's the word for it? Deep enough to properly answer that, but I'm not feeling it. But our thirsty deck. Let's see what we got here. I've got another deck out here as well. It's kind of the love deck, but I don't know about that. We may just wind up with the tea and my wands. Okay, 45 and Jerry Inzarillo. Let me know what you think. Through me, through these cards, how do they reflect these damaging pictures that may be released of 45? That Pootie has, but Pootie's a wimp. He likes to make you think he's tough because he's got weapons. And the problem with 45 is he's too much of a wuss to go after his daddy. Inside scoop. Closer look, nosy, up in your business. Yeah. There you go. Secret shot. Getting evidence, proof, and facts. There we are. This is much more relatable to this question. Again, the cyberbully. You are being bullied online, or they are, has suffered from it, etc. Suffered, please. I know I'm shuffling these enough, but I feel like certain cards just keep coming back. And that may be just because that's what Spirit wants us to see. But moving on. Thank you. Next. I've never pulled that card before, ever. Thief, robbed, loss, theft, physical or emotional. I can relate every single one of these to 45. But Pootie, you're a wuss. Getting money. Yeah, he wants to be paid off. To not do it. Does that make sense? Impersonator. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I suspect Pootie, the real Pootie, may be unable to be in the public, whether it's because of an illness or because of unaliveness. I don't know. Something's not right. Something's not right there. Impersonator wants to be like you, acts like, dress like, looks like, copies you. Body doubles. Bad karma. Oh yeah, all of them. So Jerry Inzarillo, you have damaging pictures. How fascinating. Looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. Too busy winning. Oh, yeah. Winning. Losing. Reflecting. You can read that. You can always partying. Used to be like that with him, always. And he claims he doesn't drink. Back in the day, sure as heck did. A wolf in sheep's clothing. We've already figured you out, felon. You can hide all you want. Wasting time, stuck, no changes, and limited. Okay, I'm pulling one more from the middle of the deck, so you know that I'm not cheating. Oh, he's gonna travel. Isn't that nice? I hope he takes more than that. One more. Wants you back. Well, let me just be clear. Melania has had a boyfriend for years. Years. And years. And Felon knows all about it, couldn't care less. He just doesn't want it to be a public thing. Which I don't know how you guys feel, but if I'm in a marriage or a relationship and someone cheats on me, that's your last chance. Done. Finished. These are really beautiful cards. I was going to use them today, but they don't really. Actually, they vibe better than the lights here. But I'll save them for another day. It's a love oracle. I'll save them for a Joe Biden reading. Okay. Let's ask one more question. This Jerry Inzarillo guy, spirit. This Jerry Inzarillo guy is he the keeper of these compromising pictures of 45 and girls? Yes. Well, all right then. Please, please, please have a wonderful rest of your evening. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to drink, get a ride. Also, not only that, but remember the reason for Memorial Day. I'm sure the cemeteries are crowded. I don't believe my parents are in a cemetery. My family that has crossed, they're in cemeteries. It is my belief that when a person crosses, their soul, their essence is there, and the vessel that they used while they were here this time in theory, maybe in the ground. It's all good. Whatever you believe is perfectly fine with me. Anyway, I wish you love. I wish you good health because health is wealth. And I hope everyone's having a safe, enjoyable, uneventful Memorial Day. And I send you peace.